remind ourselves what factors are. So factors are numbers that divide evenly into a number, a whole number that divides evenly. So for instance, we've done this before. So the factors of 16, for example, all the factors of 16 are 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. All the numbers that divide into it. Rani?
Will we be writing this down?
Not yet. I'll tell you. So just the title, and then I'll tell you the bits to write and not to write. Okay. Okay. So 16 has factors 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. Let's test a few of you on your speed factors. Can anyone type all the factors to 24 in the chat? Anyone can do. Who can get all factors of 24? Let's see who can get it first. Typing into the chat without missing any. All right, a few of you have started to put them in. Asher goes, well, Asher hasn't put any commas between his numbers, so I'm not too sure. Has he meant to do 123 million, or what's the factor he's gone for there? So I'll read somebody who's easier. As Julie, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 24. I think you got them all. And a lot of you have got most of them as well. So remember. Oh, hi, Tao. You're here today. Great. Right. Yep. So Asher then introduced his commas. All right. So, of course, the factors are 1, 2. Once again, don't take anything down just yet, just the title. 12, 24. All right, we're going to do one more. This time we're going to do 36. Who can write all the factors? All of them. With commas in between, please. Or space. Centered more. There you go. All right, there's some answers here. Kayleem reckons he's got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18, 36. Kayleem, the speedster. Let's see if he's right. 1, 2, 3 is 4. Yes, it is. 5 is not. 6 is. 7. No. 8. No. 9 works though, doesn't it? And then we're looking at factors pairs. So 9 and 6. What's 4's buddy? 4 times. Sorry, 9 and 6. 4 times. 4 times. Whoa, I made a mistake. 12 is the next one, isn't it? 12, 18, and 36. So 4 times 9. 6 times 6 was the middle one. Okay. All right, so there are factors. And if we remember from before, we could get there for the highest. Still don't take this down. Common factor of yes, Kayleem, you got it first. Yeah, good work. Of 16, 24, and 36. There's many common factors, but what's the highest common between them? Anyone type it in? Which is the highest number they all have in common? From Unit 1 this year, the highest common factor. Yes, Derek. Yes, Tao, Sophia, you're all on the... So 4. So 1 and 2 are all in common. Next one up is 4. Is there any beyond that? No, because a couple of 6s, a couple of 8s, but nothing other than 4. So the highest common factor is 4. Now, we must look at how this works in algebra. Okay. Okay, so you can start taking this down now from below the line. Okay, so I'm going to ask a question. So find the highest common factor, so the HCF, of 3x and 12xy. Okay, so sometimes there's letters now. Anyone want to have a stab at what it might be in the chat? Julie thinks it might be 3x. 6x. Asher says 6x. Okay. So what's the key to a factor? A factor must be able to multiply by something to get to the number. So for instance, I can pick any of the factors that we worked with above. If I picked 24 and I picked 4, that must multiply by a number or something to reach 4 times 6 gives 24. So something times something gives 24. So if I want, I can break up 3x into its factors. So 3 times x. A bit like 4 times 6 above. Breaking 12 into its factors. So I could do 1 times 12 or 3 times 4 or 2 times 6. If I do 3 times 4 times x times y, so I am using the multiplication symbol here just to show you. What's common to both lists? Well, 3 is a common in both, and x is common in both. So the common factor, the highest, they're all factors because they all multiply to give the thing. The highest common factor is 3x. So the answer is 3x because it's in 3 and x, and it's in 3 and x here. So it is something that could, if you work the opposite way, divide in. So if you just want to do the numbers, pick a number that divides into both 3 and 12, 3. And then if x is in both, you need to include that as well. Okay, let's look at a second example. I'm going to just use HCF from now on. Find HCF of, let's do 12AB and 18b squared. Okay, so can someone type it into the chat what they think it might be? So the process you would do is pick a number that would divide both into 12 and 18. So the largest number that divides both into 12 and 18. And then is there any letters in common? Oh yeah, some people have got it. So the largest number that divides into both 12 and 18, just doing the numbers separately, is 6, isn't it? So 6 is going to be in the answer. Now, what's the largest letter? No, not the largest letter. What letters can divide into both this? Well, there's a B here and there's 2 B's here. So if I could write 18b squared as 18bb, and this is 12 times a times b. So one of the b's could be gone, but the other one wouldn't. So it's just 6b, not 6b squared, just 6b. And nothing else. So the answer to this is 6b. Okay, so if you notice, if they have a letter the same, you take it out. And if they have the highest number that divides into both. Let's do one more before we show you how it works in... yeah, but of course, Sophia, everybody, this is new to almost everybody. So it's very new. So it's just about to get it. See, can you get this one? Okay, find HCF of... let's do 6xy and it's 15y. So that'll be the highest common factor of 6xy and 15y. Okay, so start with, I think everybody that's typed so far has got it right. Start with what's the number that divides into both 6 and 15? What's the largest number? And everybody has it right, yes. Largest number that divides into both 6 and 15 is 3. Okay. So that's going to be part of the answer. And then I look for any letters in common on both sides. There's an X here, but no X there. There's a Y in both, so Y is in both. So that's the highest common factor. Okay, so we're just looking for things that could divide into both of them. So 3Y in this case. Now, good. Hopefully you're getting the hang of it now. Great. All right, so let's look. That's the first type of question then that you might be asked. The second type of question, which is more where we're going with this, is a little bit what we did yesterday in reverse. So if we have 3 times x plus 2. So we did this yesterday. You can stop taking these examples down now. I'm just going to revert back to yesterday. Okay, so 3 times x plus 2. So if I multiply that by, this is yesterday, by 3, I get 3x, and by that I get 6. So hopefully everybody remembers that from yesterday. Now I'm asking you, what's the highest common factor of 3x and 6? You type it in the chat. What's the highest common factor? 3. So that means I know that it would divide into both 3x and 6. So to undo it, that is a factor. And I'm left with x plus 2 if I want to undo it by taking out the factor. So what factorizing is the opposite to expanding. So let's watch that again. I'm going to take that off the screen. You don't need to take this down, remember. Watch this again. Now I'm going to ask a different question. No, it's factorize 3x plus 6. So this is the question you're going to be asked. So factorize, in other words, reverse expand 3x plus 6. And how would you approach this? You'd go, well, what's the highest common factor of 3x and 6? And we just said it was 3. So I take 3 outside the brackets. And then I need to figure out what's left behind in the brackets. Okay, Lucas, Sophia might just have worse Wi-Fi, but it's okay. She can watch the video later. So to reverse engineer this, I'm taking and dividing both of these by 3. So the 3 is gone, so I'm just left with x. And then the 3 times what gives 6, so 3 times 2 gives 6. And then I'm reverse engineering it. And that's what factorizing is when it comes to algebra. So factorizing is reverse expanding. And now we're going to ask you a few of these questions now. Okay, so you can now start to take notes again. Okay, so factorizing is expanding in reverse. We're going backwards. Oops. I'm trying to get this lined up a bit better. Better for me. Okay, so factorizing is expanding in reverse. So this time I'm going to give you questions from that we did yesterday, but I'm going to give you the answers, and we have to go back. So the question is, factorize. Let's pick one. Let's do 2x minus 4. I'm going to try and factorize 2x minus 4.
Can we write down the questions as well?
Yeah, so you're taking notes from now on, yeah.
Okay, sure, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, you got it. So we think about what's the highest common factor of 2x and 4. The largest number that divides both into 2x and 4. Well, 2 divides into both, so 2 will go outside brackets. What is remaining behind? Well, x has not divided out, so it stays. And 4 has not divided out all of it, so only 2 is gone, so 2 left. And the minus sign stays. That's it, factorized. That's the answer. That's it. I can test if I want by re-multiplying to make sure I get the same answer. 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 4, or 2 times 2 is 4. So that's it done. That's it. Factorizing. Just taking out something common to both. That's my first example. That'd be an example of perhaps a green or yellow question. Let's do another yellow. What about if I start putting in different letters? Let's do 12PQ plus 4P. Okay. So you can either just take this down in your notes, or you can put an answer in the chat and then take it down afterwards.
Mr. Collins?
Hi.
I'm still a bit confused on how to do it.
Yeah, I know. We're still doing it. We just introduced it 4 minutes ago. Not quite right, Asher. Remember, if there's a letter in common, it must also come outside. Okay, so let's have a think. What number divides into both 12 and 4? Well, the highest number that divides into both 12 and 4 is 4. That should be a given. Is there any letter in common in both? And this time there is. P is in common in both. So P must go outside the brackets. All right. Now I'm putting in my brackets. So it's reverse of what we did yesterday of expanding. So what's left behind here? Well, there's definitely a Q left behind here from this term, because Q is there and it's not outside the bracket. And 4 times what gives 12? So, because remember, this is multiplying when we put in this bracket. So 4 times something gives 12, and 4 times 3. Okay. Plus, still plus. And 4p times what gives 4p? Well, that's where the 1 comes from that Julie has put in. So just 1 left. So 4p times 1 gives 4p. So factorizing is we're given the answers to an expanding, and we're trying to go back and find what the question was in a way. Yes, Pauline.
Wait. Why did you put the 1 there?
Yeah, because I couldn't put 0 because remember this has to multiply to give this again. Because I'm dividing. I'm not taking it away. I'm dividing by 4p. Factorize. Remember when you factorize a number, when you're doing simplification of fractions, for instance, if you have like 4 over 12 and you try and simplify that fraction, you divide that by 4 and divide that by 4. And that gives us 1 over 3. And you should be able to work backwards by multiplying by 4. Same thing. If I've divided that by 4p, I'm left with 1. And working backwards, 4p times 1 gives 4p. So sometimes it happens that you're just left with a 1 here. Let's do one more example. Let's try maybe a blue level question.
It's because it's 4.
Is there a question? So we're going to do factorize. Or
how do you get the 1?
Well, if the 1 wasn't there, as I just said, what would you write instead of the 1? What's left behind?
0.
0. So then if I multiply that out again, that'd be, so this one would work. 4 times 3 gives 12, and p times q gives pq. And then 4p times 0 would be what?
0.
Well, anything times 0 is 0. So that's why we need the 1 there. Yeah. Let's have another little example. So, another one. We're going to do, this is a blue level question, a tricky one here. We're going to do 6a squared b cubed plus 12a cubed b squared plus, let's do 4. Let's do a b. Let's do that. Wow, that's a tricky one. So I need the highest common factor of these 3 things. Now you can already see that A and B are in common in them all. Yeah, indeed, Lucas. A and B is common to them all. Let's see, can anyone get it before I started? So have a little think. What numbers in common to them all? So you're going to have a brackets anyway, and there's going to be 3 terms, 1, 2, 3 in it, and then you're going to have a number outside. So at least you can start with that.
Can you have two? Do you have 2 letters?
Yep, definitely.
Okay, thanks. I have 2 letters outside of the brackets.
Yep, definitely, yeah. And
Okay,
inside,
thanks.
yeah. You can have 2 left behind then as well. All right. Let's have a little think. Hopefully you're working on it. If you want to keep working on it, you go for that. If you want to just watch me do it, go for it. Pauline's gone for that. Ooh, not quite Pauline. All right. This is a little bit tricky. Now remember, you think 4 ABs in common? Close, Rani, but I don't think 4 divides into 6, so you're going to have to go smaller.
2AB.
2AB, yeah. I think Derek is onto a winner here. I think Derek's doing quite well, but I think he might be missing some squares. Anyway, let's look at this. 6a squared, remember that can be written 6aa, and b cubed is b times b times b. So I can kind of write it like that. And 12a cubed is a b b. Remember? And b squared, b times b. And then this is just 4ab. So let's look at what's in common across this line. First of all, let's pick our number. I think a few of you got it here. 6, 12, and 4. What's the biggest number that divides into that? Not 4, it's 2, because 4 doesn't divide into 6. Now, so that's that, and I can kind of re-engineer it. 2 times what gives 6? Well, 2 times 3 gives 6. 2 times what gives 12? 2 times 6 gives 12. And 2 times 2 gives 4. So I've kind of just dealt with the numbers first, if you want. Now I'm going to deal with the letters. I'm going to see how many ABs I need. So A and B is definitely common to both. Is 2A is common? There's 2 here, there's 3, but there's only 1 here. So it has to be the same number. So it's just one of them, A. B's, there's a B. Okay. Just 1 as well. Now, how many is that left behind? If there's 1 A and 1 B gone from that, that's going to be A, B squared, because there's 2 B's left. If there's 1 A and 1 B gone from this, that's going to be A squared B. And this one, if there's 1 A and 1 B gone, well, that's going to be just, well, you could do 2 times 1 if you want, but it's just that's just going to be 2 anyway. So that is what's left. So let's just rewrite that as an answer without all the underlining. 2AB times 3AB squared plus 6A squared B plus 2. Now that's probably harder than anything you'd even get in blue. That's probably a bit gone beyond into red. But if you understand the process, that's great. I think Derek got closest with his answer. Okay. So this is the last example you have to take down. So make sure you have that in your notes before I move on. Oh, good, Luke. Good stuff, Lucas. Okay, we're going to go through a similar process to yesterday then. Sure, Rani. A similar process to yesterday. We're going to let you exit one by one, perhaps, by answering a factorizing question. Okay. Hey, Julie, you got it. Okay, so I'm going to keep it to only easier questions than this one. This would be like the last question in blue if it did come up. So you don't need to take down any more. So I'm just going to remove this page and start again. So the worksheet, similar thing to yesterday. Do one complete color. It's already on Manage Back. I think I put it up already. Let me just check. Yes, it's just Year 7 Factorising, it's called. And this will join with the other one for homework for next week. So it's the first lesson next week. I think it's on Tuesday or Wednesday. That will be the homework. But before you can leave, you must answer me a factorising question.
Mr. Collins, tomorrow will we have time to do these worksheets in tomorrow's class?
There will be no new stuff tomorrow. We will be doing some, just going over these. Again, there'll be no new worksheets tomorrow, though. Okay, so here is the first one I want you to factorize. Let's see if I got that on screen. 2ab plus 10b. So type your answer in the chat. So same rules as yesterday. I see some Lucas guys answering. I'll have to accept your first answer. Neither of you two have it fully right yet. What's left in the bracket, Sophia? I want more. Yes, that's the highest common factor, but I need what's left in the brackets. Take first answers. First answers, keep it in the same order as it was before. I don't think anyone's got it. Okay, let's set up our brackets. I know it's going to be plus. The highest common factor of 2 and 10 is, well, 2. And any letters in common? Yeah, B is in common. So B, 2B is outside the bracket. What's left behind then? Well, if I've removed 2B from this, all that's left is A. And if I divided this by 2b, the b is gone, and that's left with 5. So 2b times a plus 5. Did anyone get that with their first answer? Now you can check to see if this is right. 2b times a is just 2ab, and 2b times 5 is 2 times 5 is 10. And then the B is just there. So it does work. So that's right. So let's see. Did anyone get it on their first go? Lucas, you had about you 2 goes. So first answer. No, I don't think anyone. Did anyone get it? 2B. Lucas got it in the second go. No, no one got it. Okay. You're all still in the game. Second question. Okay. So 3x plus 18. Okay, so what numbers in common to both? 3 divides into both. Yep. Is there a letter in common? No, there's no letter here, so we can't take the x outside the bracket. Left behind is x plus, well, 3 times 6 gives 18. Lucas, you're the first person. You can go start the worksheet. Send me an email, Lucas, and I'll reply with your My Maths things, and I'll try and fix it for you, okay?
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Everybody was getting that right, which is great. So we're ready to roll now. Let's hopefully work a bit quicker. All right. What about 12x plus 24y? Okay, so let's think what's the highest number that's going to divide into both those. Yes, 12. What's left behind then? Any letters in common? No, X and Y are different. So X is still here, plus, well, 12 times what gives 24? 12 times 2, and I still have a Y here. So I've got 12 times X plus 2Y. A lot of people got that. No, Asher, first off the mark. Well done, Asher, you got it. Off you go.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Okay, next one. 2HG plus 4G. Sorry, Julia. In my list, I have Asher first. Okay, so let's start to do this while you guys are working away. Highest number in common is 2. Any letters in common? Yeah, there's a G. So what's left behind? H. And then and from this one, H, because 2G is gone. And dividing that by 2, it's gone. And there's no G because you've already taken it out. So I get 2G on H plus 2. Okay, Rani, you don't have the plus button, but you got it right. Rani, you're out of here.
Thanks. Sorry, I don't quite have the plot on my computer. Thank you. Bye.
Hi. Sorry, what was that?
I have a question, but if you like put 8 plus 2 or 2 plus 8 is the same thing?
Yeah, technically it is the same expression, yeah. But try and put it in the same order that you got it. So Pauline and Lauren, you put it in the other order. That's okay. Because technically, of course, it's correct because it would multiply out, but then you'd have to switch them back together. But that's fine, yes. I'll accept either. But it's probably less confusing if you keep it in the same order. But your answer was correct, and the same for you, Lauren. Okay. Okay. So we have 2x squared plus 12x. So Amy, don't put in that plus sign. Don't put in that plus. There's no need. See the way my answer is? Just have it multiplying. You're not adding it, okay? All right, if you got it. So highest common number 2. Any letters in common? Yes, X. What's left behind? Well, that's XX, remember? So there's got to be one X behind, and plus 6 here. Derek, goodbye.
Thank you.
Okay. Next question. I'll write it off screen.
Excuse me, Mr. Collins.
Yes.
So now what do we do? Do we have any homework this lesson?
Yeah, go to Manage Back and check the classwork, the worksheet.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, pick your color. All right, next one up for you guys. 12UV plus 27VW. Sorry, 15UV. Sorry, what I've written. Okay, let's have a little look. Any number in common to both? Brianna, make sure that 15 doesn't divide into both of them. But 3 does. 3 divides into both. So 3 is a number I can put outside. There's a V in common to both, so I put a V outside here. Yeah, Pauline, you're the same. 15 does not divide into 27. So only 3 can go outside the brackets. Okay, so what's left behind from this one? Well, U is there, and 3 times what gives 15? 3 times 5. So 5U. Plus 3 times what gives 27? 9. And I need a W because a W is left behind here. All right, who was the first one? I think Amy. Yeah, Amy, you're out of here. Goodbye. Okay, next one. 18xy plus 12x. Oh, nice, Stella. I think you forgot your x there, Pauline, did you?
Yeah, sorry.
Ah, all right, so let's have a little look at this. What divides into both 18 and 12? What number 6 goes into them both? And that's the biggest number. Any letters in common? Yes, x is in common to both. So x comes outside the bracket. I'm going to draw my bracket in. Yes, Stella, you got it. What's left behind? No, there's a 3, isn't there? 3 here. Because 6 times what gives 18? Remember, I have to remake 18 from this. 6 times 3 gives 18. And there's also a y left behind, isn't there? Okay. So that's that first term. This second term has to be reformed. 6 times what gives 12? So 2. And there's an x gone. So I don't need to put that in again. And that's the answer. First one to get that, Julie, goodbye. Okay, so the rest of you guys, hopefully you're following. I'm not going to keep you for any longer because it's about 10 minutes left in the lesson. You can now get on to Manage Back and start the worksheet that's there for today. So there will be time tomorrow to work on both the worksheet from yesterday and today, but there will be no new worksheet or new work really tomorrow. We'll just be wrapping up what we did this week. Okay, so feel free to leave now. You can come back in then if you have any questions from the worksheet you'd like me to answer, but feel free to leave now.
Hey, Mr. Collins. Oh.
Yes, Brianna?
Collins, bye.
Bye.
Wait, so when is both of these worksheets due?
The first lesson next week, Tuesday or Wednesday, I can't remember. It'll be on Manage Back anyway.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.